In this week's episode of Ghost Gossip, we are taking you with us to our paranormal tour / ghost hunt. We are taking you with us. We are telling you about our experience. We went up to Southern Grace Distilleries, which is, here's this building right here. This is the original building that was built in 1927 and was originally a state correctional facility for the state of North Carolina. This building here held 100 men, and that's a lot of people. Of course, anytime I do anything paranormal, and the first thing that this said was bottle of liquor, and I was just like, wow, okay, this is cool. The land itself has history. Matthias Barrier originally owned the property where the correctional facility / distillery sits, and he owned the farm. It was a farm back then during the Civil War, and he had 6 slaves. One of those slaves was a 14-year-old girl named Lizzie. Sadly and tragically, some of the individuals who were in a home that used to sit on the property, it caught fire, and they lost their lives in that fire. And Lizzie is said to continue to haunt the property. And then there's also Victor, who is Matthias's son, and he is also known to hang out in the gift shop, which if I was a kid, that's where I would be, because that's where all the fun stuff is. But Victor died of an illness on the property. A lot of history with the Civil War, with slave ownership and illness, fire, all before the correctional facility opened its doors in 1929. The Barrel House was the original correctional facility. This building housed, like I said, 100 men. There were 50 men per each side. What we're looking at is Ben, the bearded ghost hunter. He took me into this building when I first got there, and he was kind of telling me the stories and the encounters that happened there. And while we were in there and he's like talking to these entities that you cannot see, you could feel the energy shift. And then it sounded like running on top of the barrels. Like, doop, 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 doop. I have a video.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you.
Before long, this building became extremely overcrowded. And I think before the new addition was done being built, it was housing like 240 to 250 men. Outside of the original structure is the hot box. This hot box was used as punishment, and a lot of men met their fate because of staying in there up to 30 days. Added an addition in the 1980s, and that ran until 2011. In the new addition, there are 4 wings, and those were used to house inmates. And at the end of the building is solitary confinement, where we had our interaction with Joker. In this little pod right here, we had our interactions with Tom and Jake. This is Joker's cell, and this is in solitary confinement. And he likes feet. I picked the wrong day to wear sandals. The prison closed in 2011, and then the distillery purchased the property and the buildings, and they now use it to make bourbon. And this is the gift shop. It's a really cool place, and you can kind of have an interaction with Victor in there, and I bought that hoodie. Go check them out. Southern Grace Distillery is located in Mount Pleasant, North Carolina, and tell Ben, the bearded ghost hunter, that I sent you. Tell him that you heard it on my podcast and you came to see him. So very cool experience, highly recommended. And just remember, with any ghost hunt, don't whisper, and wear closed-toed shoes, because you never know when you're gonna meet a little feet-loving inmate, and bug spray. Go listen to the episode for all of our encounters and our stories and our experiences from our ghost hunt / ghost tour. And make sure you like, subscribe, follow, do all the things, and leave me a 5-star rating, because some punk gave me a bad one. Ghost Gossip wherever you get your podcast.